Normies. What is a normie when it comes to gaming? Well, my definition of a normie is a very casual gamer. You know, like the child bros. If my favorite game is Call of Duty Future Warfare 17 Advanced Warfare Combat Space Arena in January 24th, 2017. I pre-ordered that, man. I pre-ordered that game. You know, I play about 49 minutes because my mom and dad don't want me to play more than an hour a day. I also buy supply drops with my allowance money and my mom's credit card when she's not looking. I don't really care if it's ruining the game industry. I don't care if it's pay to win. It's Call of Duty. That means it's cool. Yeah, those type of people. These are the people who are ruining the industry, not the mega nerds, you know. These people are an infestation. They are a jock itch upon the leg, the thigh, and the ball sack of the gaming industry. They're just the type of people to not care what's going on with gaming, you know? They play Infinite Warfare 47 minutes a day or so. They're perfectly fine and will not question things like paid online or supply drops or anything like that. You know, they won't question, hey, you know, PlayStation did do free online for a while, and so did not Xbox, and PC gets free online. But, you know, I'm not going to question that shit. I'm just going to play Call of Duty with my friends. They don't mind spending money for pay-to-win things, you know, with micro DLC that ruins the gaming industry. You know, with all these game companies making more money off micro DLC than actual games, so they just don't add in the guns, so you have to earn. They just put the good ones in DLC. The RNG is definitely real. And even with the normie games like Call of Duty, they don't care if it's slowly developed into a pay-to-win, dumbassery game full of squeakers and things like that with blatant, you know, misbalances, things like that. They don't care. They just don't. Being fine with speakeasies and breccies and all this bullshit that's ruining their favorite franchise. I remember in Black Ops 3, it got so bad, there was a pistol that you can get in supply drops that took out the mothership. The biggest kill chain thing you can get, the biggest kill streak, the mothership, the giant ship where you can go in and just kill people with. It was destroyed by a fucking pistol. And almost every franchise normie touches, they ruin. They stain them. They infect them with their aid-like touch. Fallout 4, the follow-up to one of the best games ever made, Fallout New Vegas, was a casual fest. Such a downgrade. There were less mechanics, less things to do. The story was dumbed down. The mechanics were dumbed down. The basic dialogue system wasn't there anymore. The only choices were yes, 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 and sarcastic yes. To the point to where the DLCs of Fallout New Vegas all had better stories, all had better endings, all had better everything except Dead Money. Dead Money is the worst DLC in Fallout history. Well, besides the 3 construction ones that could have just been made into mods for free. But you know what? You can fight me. Dead Money sucks. No, not in like the fist raising thing, please. I'm weak. I have no upper body strength. I don't run that fast. I'm actually a little fat and I'm trying to get thin. Please, I don't like actual violence. We can speak about this, and I've gone too far, haven't I? Yeah, but simply, if DLCs of Fallout New Vegas were better than the campaigns of Fallout 4, a la Lonesome Road and Honest Hearts, and maybe Old World Blues, you know. That's sad, you know, especially because the people who made Fallout New Vegas had a lot less time than Fallout 4. They made New Vegas in a year, and Bethesda had 7 years to make 4. The only reason why it's dumbed down is to appeal to the casual market. It's not Fallout anymore. It's Borderlands with a Fallout texture. And this is coming from someone who's played 384 hours of Fallout 4. Man, why did I keep playing that game? Other examples being Medal of Honor, a classic World War II shooter that was akin to Saving Private Ryan, became just generic Afghanistan shoot-'em-up terrorist kill guy. The famous SOCOM US Navy SEALs game, which had a very close spot near my heart because that was one of my first rated M games and I loved it, you know, on the PlayStation 2. That became a generic third-person shooter. No stealth, no nothing, just a Gears of War clone. Mass Effect slowly developed into what it was. At first, it was a space exploration type game with story elements that were awesome. It was great. It then slowly devolved from there until what we got, Mass Effect Andromeda, to the point of game companies saying, fuck it. Dead Rising 4 is worse than any other Dead Rising game out there. It's worse than the expansions that came out for Dead Rising 2. Not off the record. That was pretty fun. I did in a new campaign. I'm talking about the bad one. The Las Vegas thing. And not Fortune City, like the $3 Las Vegas one that came with Dead Rising 2. These are the type of people from when booting up Doom for the first time. Go to multiplayer first, play one match, call it a Black Ops 3 clone, and throw it in the dumpster. And unfortunately, most of these people are little kids with access to their mom and dad's credit cards, who watch Jake Paul all day and jack off to Roblox. None of these people are good at video games either, because they all rely on auto-aim and cheap tricks. To be frank, but not in the way of covering wars, Normies can just go and fuck off. But here's the thing. Are you a normie? Are you the uber casual? Well, let's find out. Do you play games other than Call of Duty? Do you play for more than an hour a day each day with video games? Do you play them a lot? Are you interested in a variety of different games, like Doom, Witcher 3, and Shadow Warrior? Do you have standards when it comes to video games? You want something. You learn your lessons. You're a good consumer. If one game was bad, you're gonna buy the sequel? Well, no. You're not a normie then. Do you plan on buying Destiny 2 but not at launch because none of the content comes at launch? You're pretty smart. If you answered yes to most of those things, you're not a normie. You're a good gamer. Trust me, you're perfectly fine. I don't have something personally against normies, but I have something against developers that pander to normies. And I have one thing to say to the developers that just keep pandering to normies. Ahem. Stop it. Please, just stop it. You don't have to become Call of Duty. Call of Duty is just the Michael Bay of the game industry, You already have communities. You don't have to upset them. You don't need to pander to these ones. The best way to gain traction in your community is just to make better games in that genre. The way New Vegas got so popular and why it's so popular now and why most people prefer it over Fallout 4 is because more and more people got into New Vegas because Fallout 3 was good and Fallout 4 was utter trash, so they went back to New Vegas. And the best deterrent for normies is just to make interesting games. And heck, the people who really aren't normies will be attracted to new games, like Rainbow Six Siege. That's pretty different than their average shoot 'em up. That attracted more people who aren't normies. Halo 5 isn't the best in the series, but the gameplay is amazing and it feels pretty distinct and different from anything else that's out there besides other Halo games, and is arguably a big improvement over Halo 4. Because after the introduction of Halo 4 and it trying to become more normie-like, introducing the loadout system, trying to become more like Call of Duty, having the 10-tier loadout system, it just diverged the fans, The fans went away and they went back to Reach and 3, and what else was out there? And when I said ruin anything they touch, what I meant is, the developers wanting to become, new to the normie scene. The people who diverge from being a normie by playing the games like Call of Duty and the also lower tier stuff, they eventually, it sorts out who's a normie and who's not by going into different games. I was a normie once. I played a lot of Black Ops 2. That was fun. It was the best Call of Duty. But I lost interest in it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting Call of Duty World War II. It's more of the same. I went on to do different stuff. I went on to play a lot of Dead Island. I went on to play a lot of Days of Infamy. I went on to play a lot of Civilization and Six Siege. And a good way to make normies go away from your community is just make your games harder. There are no normies in Dark Souls. There are no normies in Quake. There's no normies in the Doom community. Well, when it comes to multiplayer, that is. The Doom multiplayer was fucking awesome. It was like Quake. The thing is with, games like Fallout 4 and Call of Duty is that they're adrenaline rushes. They're power fantasies. They're all handed to you. If you have a game like Dark Souls, you're not going to get anything handed to you. The normies would eventually just go back to whatever they're doing. Maybe some of them go on to do things like Borderlands. That game is okay. It's normie-ish. Well, in the sense they play it on easy and play it for like 14 hours and give up and go back to Call of Duty. But the thing is, all normies act alike. They all stay in their little circle jerk of Call of Duty. When more people just go out and do their own thing, It's good to go out and do more things. If you're interested in any other games, go out and do it, man. There's nothing stopping you. If you're sick of just playing Call of Duty all day, and you see this game like The Witcher 3 that looks neat and interesting, and you want to play something in-depth, do it, man. There's nothing stopping you. Well, except money. Maybe get it on a Steam sale or something. Another thing about normies is they eventually grow up. They eventually, no longer become the little kid-esque people they are. Because, let's face it, most normies are kids. I said this earlier in the video multiple times, but a lot of normies are kids. They haven't developed their taste in video games yet. When most people, leave a Call of Duty, they're probably doing something like, oh, god damn it, it's another person using that one overpowered weapon, that one tactic, that one glitch. Everyone using the same tactic. I'm done. This is bullshit. Everything in this game is bullshit. Hey, this game, Overwatch, that doesn't look like bullshit. I'm gonna play it. Man, this is gonna have a good time. I'm having a good time. I'm not putting up with bullshit anymore. Except Bastion. Fuck Bastion. I'm gonna go on and try something else. Gigantic. That game looks fun. Oh, no Bastion. Except this Bastion-like thing. You know what? This isn't as bullshit. By the way, play Gigantic. It's fun. It's also free. I'm not sponsored, I swear. Hey, we got your sponsorship money right here. God damn it. Bitch ass motherfucking sellout. Alright, but this video doesn't need to be much longer. The only reason why I dragged it out to 10 minutes is because the YouTube algorithm genuinely prefers videos that are longer, which is why a podcast is going to be fantastic. Also on a podcast, they get you put like 10 ads on there, which is fantastic, even though I can't monetize any of my videos. Even though 2 of my videos got struck by both Sin Massacre AVGN and Konami. Monetization is disabled, my channel is fine. But I don't even make money off the channel. Why did they do that? I don't know. Konami is just a bitch. They're a bitch. Everyone's a bitch to Kojima. Kojima deserves better, man. Kojima is amazing. Kojima's Lord and Savior. He made one of the best games ever made. Kojima, motherfucker. David Bowie, referencing ass motherfucker. That's fantastic. Love the games. Love the man. He's amazing. I have a body pillow of him. Not really, but I wonder how he would feel if someone actually made Hideo Kojima, body pillows of him. I'm gonna look that up right now. Is this a terrible way to end the video? Why? Certainly. Look, it's at 12 minutes. It's gonna be better in the algorithm.